and space wives. Let's create new lives. Mormon space wives.
God has a body.
It's a very toned body. He looks good. Mormon space wives.
Big Elsa.
Mormon space wives.
Big Beans.
Space sex. Space sex. Space sex.
Tight.
Magic underwear. Looking right.
Hold on, we got a certified hood classic for Elsa right here. This one is a banger.
They were getting ready to attack Israel.
Strike and 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 I hear a sound of victory. I hear a sound of an abundance of rain. I hear a sound of victory. The Lord says it is done. How
can one son be so leaving?
I hear the sound of victory. I hear the sound of victory. I hear the sound of victory. I hear the sound of
Israel.
Strike and 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 angels have even dispatched from Africa right now. Africa right now. Africa right now. From Africa right now. They're coming here.
They're coming here.
In the
They're
name
coming
of
here.
Jesus.
From Africa right now.
They're coming here. They're coming here. They're coming here. They're coming here. From Africa, from South America, angelic horses.
They were getting ready to attack Israel.
Strike and 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 victory, 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 victory.
What is up, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, everything in between? We are here live for One Piece 1184. Chat, how we doing? You know it's your boy, Big Evil Big Eddie in the building. God bless each and every one of you. We are here to talk about some One Piece. It might be a mid chapter. It might be a total L chapter. It might be a banger chapter. It all depends on how we're feeling. Chat, how are you guys doing today? Hope everyone's having a wonderful morning, day, or night, wherever you guys are. How are we doing, guys? Let me know. Any updates in life? Anything been going on? Let me know, chat. We are here to discuss, to debate, to yell at each other, to scream at each other, to roast each other. We are here to do what we do on the channel, on the stream. We got plenty of geniuses in the chat. We got some smart boys in the chat. We got some thick-skinned boys in the chat. You know what that means, guys? That means we are going to be making the legit arguments. We're avoiding all fallacies. We're not taking anything to heart. We're not going to take things personally. I'm going to roast Johan. Johan is going to roast One Piece TCG. TCG is going to roast Jacob. Jacob is going to roast Smokey. Smokey's going to roast Mo. Mo's going to roast Eric. We're all going to get it done. We're all going to have some fun. Great arguments, great logic, no garbage, no fallacies, no dumb sauce. Nothing but beautiful, amazing, genius, logical architecture in this stream, chat. I hope everyone's pumped and thrilled for another stream. Let me know, guys. Do you want me to open up the calls today? Let me know, guys. Do you want me to open up the calls? Do you guys want the callers today? If you don't want the callers, we won't have the callers. But if you guys do want the callers, ask for the callers. Okay? My family sucks. I want a NWO. Oh, Jacob Rothschild, man. Oh my gosh. New World Order. Of course you do. Listen, anyone pushing that New World Order slop is also going to be the kind of person that pushes that perennial slop. Yo, Christians, Jews, and Muslims, they all worship the same God, bro. No. No, we don't. No, we don't. So next time you guys see that perennial ecumenist goy slop, I want you to reject it. Come on, chat. You guys know better than to commit the quantifier shift fallacy. Every baby has one mother. So does that mean every baby has the same mother? Obviously not. 3 weeks ago, I got an email that I did not get the pricing analysis position. I found out yesterday that I actually got the job. I got the big boy job. Yo, chat, can we get a WTCG in the chat? WTCG accomplishing things in life. Look at our boy. He's going to be making that big bank. He's going to be climbing the ranks. Yo, this dude might be making One Piece games in the future. He might be Oda's bank account. What do you call it? Oda's financial analysis. Not making games. I don't know why I said that. He might be in charge of Oda's finances in the future, chat. He's going to be in charge of Oda's investments, in charge of Oda's big boy bucks. Hey, if you're going to be in charge of Oda's investments, if you are going to be in charge of Oda's finances, promise me you're going to have him invest in Mihawk stocks, because that's how we roll. That is how we rock and roll in this side of town. If you are pro Shanks, I invite you to leave. We are pro Mihawk here. Yes, sir. We are ride or die Mihawk people. Enemy in my avatar as usual. Shouts out to Shlomo. I love you, Shlomo. Shlomo, the originator of Globo Homo. We love you. We love you and all your degeneracy. No, we don't. We don't love your degeneracy. We love you. We're called to love you. But look, without further ado, chat, how about no more delays? How about no more distractions? How about we pull out the whiteboard today and we talk about One Piece 1184, baby. That's what we are here to do today, baby. Let's begin, guys. One Piece 1184. Bring your theories to the forefront. Bring your arguments, your debates, whatever you guys want to talk about. Bring it to the chat. I prefer if you guys bring it to the voice call. Anyone that wants to debate, you want to debate over Oda, over Zoro, over Shanks, Mihawk, whatever it is you want to, religion, Christianity, whatever it is, philosophy, geopolitics, any smoke you have with me, bring it to the calls. I think we're going to open up calls today. All right, bring it to me. Prove to everyone that yours truly right here is a dum-dum. If my arguments, my beliefs, my theories, whatever it is, if my beliefs are so stupid, join the calls and prove how stupid I am in front of everyone. You guys can do it. Any hater. Maybe you don't even have to be a hater. Maybe you just disagree on something. Come prove to Johan, come prove to Elsa and MD Luffy how garbage my takes are, right? If they're so garbage, you guys should be able to refute them really easily. really quickly. So if I got garbage takes, I invite you guys join the stream. I want all smoke. But of course, chat, do all that YouTube stuff for me, guys. You guys already know, like, subscribe, notification bell. Guys, go ahead and get all that YouTube slop out of the way. Every single like counts, guys. We want to grow the stream. We want to grow the channel. We want to grow the community and family that we have built so far. If you guys hit like and subscribe and noti bell, YouTube's going to see all those interactions, and they're going to send this channel and stream out to more people. All right. And we want to grow the family. And if you guys want to go even beyond that, you guys want to help your boy pay for food. I got to pay for food, chat. I don't get free food. I got to pay bills. I got to pay for transportation. Chat, if you want to help your boy not end up homeless, Stream Elements link at the top of the stream, chat. But of course, every single stream donation is 110% optional. No one here has to donate a penny. I'm still going to love you, still going to respond to you. But if you want VIP premium access, Stream Elements link at the top of the chat. But without further ado, let's jump straight into the content. We got One Peak 1184. Now, guys, I'm not going to lie. Reading the spoilers, I was very disheartened. I did not think that this was going to be a good chapter. Now, people could say, oh, well, dude, trust me. Yo, Stan, trust me, bro. 1184 is not garbage. You just got to wait for 1185, 1186. You're not allowed to look at 1184 as a standalone chapter. No. You have to wait for the next 5 chapters. But no, you don't. We can look at every single One Piece chapter in isolation. And I get it. Not every single One Piece chapter is a Gear 5 chapter. I understand that. We all understand that. No one is expecting every single One Piece chapter. Mind blown. Yo, Lord Dump. Oh my, yo, Void Century. No one wants every single chapter, or no one even believes every single chapter is going to be like that or could be like that. No one actually thinks like that. But there comes a point in time where you read a chapter and you're like, all right, like, I get we shouldn't have our expectations too high, but this chapter is still mid anyways, you know? That's my thoughts on the matter. And anyone that disagrees, come prove your point. But God bless Stan. All you guys listen to Stan, like, subscribe, or else you are a that word. Mo, God bless, bro. All this Brook lore, but Usopp's still not getting Conqueror's Haki. Oh, okay. Yeah, just give up on the Usopp stuff. There's no point. Just jump ship now. There's no point in dying on the ship with Usopp. Because look, think about it this way. If you just jump ship now, right, and you just don't bother with Usopp anymore, you save yourself the heartache. But if Usopp does get some shine, Usopp does get some love, well, then you could still party and dance. So you get the best of both worlds. That's what I did for Dragon. Yo, when it comes to Monkey D. Dragon, I am over it. I'm done. I don't care at all about Dragon anymore. Dragon, he gets none of my hope anymore. All my hope is banned from Dragon. But if Monkey D. Dragon does do something crazy, you know, maybe we get a flashback, maybe he beats up a Gorosei, I don't know, if something happens revolving around Dragon, hey, I'm going to be excited to see it. But I'm not going to hold my breath. All right, without further ado, chat, it's time to begin One Piece 1184. Here we go. Let's go. Chapter 1184, all become just bones in death. And no, I didn't see the recent One Piece episode. To offer you the French film market, watch Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. See is made by Michael Gondry. What is that movie about? Is that a movie, or I guess it's a movie, right? You said a film. What is that about? Okay, reader request. Brook gets electrocuted after an electric jellyfish stings him during a swim. And chat, notice how on the cover here What do we have? We have jellyfish with emu eyes. Is that Oda just doing like the emu eyes because emu's currently in the story right now? Like Oda wants to give like a nod to emu. Mormon space wise. Our God has a body. Back in Brook's younger days, around the time the princess of Asperia turned 14, word of her beauty spread far and wide. Royal heirs from 5 neighboring kingdoms sought her hand in marriage. Now we got Kingdom of Asperia Princess Shuri, age 14. We got Big Wingway in the chat. Okay, do 14-year-olds normally look like this? Not really. We surrender. So weak. Forgive us. Weak men don't interest me. Neither do men who can't play music. Music? Chat, you know what's like really weird about like anime and manga is like you could draw a character that looks mature and then just arbitrarily say she's 14, or you could be like those sickos that draw something that looks like an actual baby or a toddler and then say it's 1,000 years old. Is that not weird? Like Oda, it's getting hard to defend you, bro. Like I've told people many times, Oda, you are the greatest author, at least like the greatest fictional author. Oda, out of all the anime and manga I've seen, you are the greatest. But there are moments where you are just doing things that don't need to be there. I'm gonna hold you accountable, Oda. Yeah, sure, Oda. You got the best manga ever. I'll be honest. I will agree. One Piece is the best anime and manga, 100%. But you know you don't have to put things like this in the story. It's just weird, bro. Just don't do it. I don't think it's very difficult to not do it, right? It would be different if I was like, yo, Oda, I want you to just make One Piece flawless in every way. Make everything like a crazy plot twist. You know, me setting like a super high standard for One Piece. Okay, maybe that's a little unfair. But is it that much to tell Oda to not write things like this? I'd rather have you not do this. Just leave it empty. You know? Glickman with the 5, thank you so much. Hi, I just discovered your channel and I like your theories. First time tuning into your stream. Love from Tel Aviv. Love from Tel Aviv. Hey, you know what? Glickman, let me tell you this. A lot of people hate your country and they want Tel Aviv a Leluciad. Now, I actually get into fights with these guys. I tell them that that's not the way. Like, don't get me wrong, Glickman. I'm by no means do I like your government. I absolutely despise your government. But I don't want all of your innocent people there in Tel Aviv to suffer. I think that's actually evil. Like, all jokes aside, that's actually evil. We should not be wishing the suffering on people, you know, like innocent people. Right? Hopefully that makes you feel better. Actually, you know, before I went live today, I actually saw a recent poll. According to Americans, the most hated country, I think it's according to Americans, the most hated country in the whole world right now is Israel, and it's not even close. No one is innocent in Tel Aviv, bro. Oh my gosh. Says the dude from Tel Aviv. Free Pally. Wait, are you actually from Tel Aviv? There's no way this dude's from Tel Aviv. And strike, 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 and strike. I never went to... Hey, Abigna, stop with the misinformation. You guys are distracting me. Stop distracting me. Weak men don't interest me. Neither do men who can't play music. Music? Princess Shuri, they say you crushed those princes. That's right. Strong women are your type, aren't they, Brooke? See, I've grown strong and prettier too. Indeed. Think my chest'll go boing someday too. Bro, Oda, you just said she was 14, dude. What? Guys, you do realize Oda thought about this, right? Like, he was drawing this chapter and he's like, okay, she's 14 and I'm going to have her talking about her breasts. Like, oh my gosh, bro. You know, what's going to be the downfall of One Piece is Oda's, first of all, he's perverted. But second of all, this hyper obsession with gooning and sexuality. It's just, there's more to life than what makes you the H word. Am I allowed to say that? Am I allowed to use that word on YouTube? Like, we've gotten to a point, chat, in 2026, some people, I don't think it's anyone in this chat, some people, like, their whole life is talking about the people or the women that make them horny. It's like, there's more to life than that. In fact, who cares what makes you turned on? I could not care less. Oda, what are you doing here, man? Stop. Don't say things like that. Jeez, you're acting like my dad. Oh, lovely lady, would you let me see your panties? Take your own advice. Okay, thank God Brooke said at least that was to an adult, which is still not that ideal, right? Brooke, you shouldn't be acting like that with women. I think that's pretty lame. But you know what? At least it's an adult, right? Evil wants Me Too to come to manga. Very progressive of you. Nah, I'm not a Me Too fan. I think everyone should have their claims double checked. You know, a lot of people lie for all types of reasons. So I don't think we should believe people just on the basis of their gender. I think, in fact, that's sexist. Simultaneously, why are we defending writing about 14-year-olds like this? Oda, you just said she was 14. Like, just don't write that. Is that like too much to ask for? Yo, Oda, remember what you did with Bonnie in the beginning of the Egghead Island arc? You remember how you drew her breasts in back? What if you just don't do that? Is that like so much to ask for? Apparently it is. According to One Piece fans, some One Piece fans, not all One Piece fans. According to some One Piece fans, yes, it is too much to ask for. Cows and frogs, slaves and kings, all become just bones and death. Cows and frogs, slaves and kings. Only bones are left at last. That's the way it ends. Yeah, yo ho ho, ah ha ha. I love your songs, Brooke. Even His Majesty says the same. You really admire my dad, don't you, Brooke? Mom, too, of course. Indeed, I owe them both a great debt. I had not met your father. Or had I not met your father, I'd already be just bones by now. Okay, so it is a flashback within a flashback. Hey, I've lost. I've taken the L. Chat, I admit that I was wrong on this occasion. I think Johan, or maybe it was Jordan, it was one of the two, they were saying that this chapter was going to be a flashback within a flashback. And I was saying, well, how about you just cut it with Occam's razor and say that the flashback was pushed back? Maybe it doesn't have to be a flashback within the flashback. Maybe it's just two separate flashbacks. We start on this one, and Oda moves the camera to this one, right? I think Vincent also posed this, a flashback within the flashback. Guys, I concede. I take the L. I was wrong. Shout out to Jordan, Johan, and Vincent. Johan says it's Jordan. I know Vincent was one of them. Flashback within the flashback. I was wrong. Chat, forgive me. Forgive me. I was wrong. Now, of course, if I say that I don't like this, people will obviously say that I don't like this because my theory was wrong. But I don't really dislike this anyways. It's just kind of whatever. Hee hee, Brooke, age 11. Looks fun. A school with real instruments. That sounds beautiful. You, oops. That filthy brat is peeping again. Ah, I'm sorry. Shoo shoo, you're scaring the students. Wait, guys, look again. You guys see in 1184, 11-year-old Brooke, when he's running away, what do you guys notice? I'll wait for the chat. I'll even draw it for you. What do you guys notice in 1184? I'll draw it in pink for you guys. Look. We got like oh shoot, I actually don't know how to draw it. Yeah, I actually don't know how to draw it. Oops. Oh gosh, I don't know how to draw it. This is horrible. Can anyone tell me what we are seeing in chapter 1184 when Brooke is running away from the teacher? What do you guys see? Because this is not even the first time in the story where we've seen this from Brooke. Can anyone tell me? I don't know what page it is. It might be like page 3 or something like that. In fact, yeah, I do think it's like page 3. Can someone tell me? I will shout out the first person that can tell me the significant thing we are seeing early in the chapter when Brooke is running away from the teacher. What do you guys see? What do you guys notice? Because now this seems to be a reoccurring thing for Brooke. Shout out to Mr. King J. He got it first. Then it was One Piece CCG. Then it was Vincent. Nika. Yes, once again, we see Brooke in the Nika pose. This is, I think, the third time in the plot where we see this from Brooke. The first time we saw this from Brooke, if I'm not mistaken, during Fishman Island. In Fishman Island, Brooke, I think he like jumped up into the air and he did the Nika pose with the moon right behind him. From our perspective, right? It's kind of like when Luffy did the Gear 5 pose. He did the Gear 5 jump when he was fighting Kaido and the moon was behind him. We had that of Brooke in Fishman Island. Then I think it was literally last chapter, 1183, we saw Brooke. He once again jumped in the sky. I think it was towards the end of the chapter, the recent one, 1183. He jumps in the sky, does the Nika pose again for the second time. But now, this new chapter from today, chapter 1184, Brooke is doing the Nika pose for the third time. Now, what is Oda trying to do here? Is Oda trying to hint something? Is this a coincidence? Is this just like an Easter egg? Maybe there's nothing important. Maybe Oda is just like, hey, I'm going to draw Brooke and, these other characters in the Nika pose as like an Easter egg. I'm not saying that Brooke is Nika or Brooke is related to Nika or Brooke is a reflection of Nika or if Brooke is inspired by Nika. I'm not really saying anything like that. It's just an Easter egg as to, Brooke's pose being like Nika. What do you guys think, chat? I want to know. Or is it not that situation? Is it actually, no. Oda has 3 times now, Oda has 3 times now, I'm not highlighting that message, has drawn Brooke in the Nika pose because Oda is subtly implying something. Maybe Joy Boy was a musician. Maybe Joy Boy really liked music. So Oda keeps having this, I don't know how to word it, this like Nika theme with Brooke because Oda wants to let us know Joy Boy was a musician? Or maybe Brooke's childhood, Brooke as a character is similar to Joy Boy? I mean, Brooke is the guy that was supposed to die. Maybe Joy Boy is a guy that was supposed to die, right? We can presume, we can infer, if you guys believe in inference to the best explanation, IBE, Nika or Joy Boy was killed by Emu. Yet Joy Boy as a messianic figure lived on, and he's now back in the form of Luffy. That's quite similar to how Brook is a man that was supposed to die, right? Soul boy Brook. Brook was a man that was supposed to be dead, but he continued living on. So I don't know. That's kind of a loose connection there. I'm not necessarily saying, oh, yeah, that's the perfect connection. Yeah, Brook is definitely the son of Joy Boy. I'm not saying anything like that. I think all types of characters in One Piece reflect each other. There's no big deal about that. There's nothing wrong with someone saying like, oh, Crocodile reflects Emu in this one way. Oh, Mihawk reflects Emu in this one way. Oh, Usopp reflects Joy Boy in this one way. There's nothing wrong with that. I think especially with the more prominent figures, the characters that are more significant to the central plot of One Piece, I think it's only natural that other minor characters will be a reflection of those central characters. It doesn't have to, you don't have to impose a whole big theory that like, oh, well, because Usopp is similar to Joy Boy in this one way, that must mean that Joy Boy is actually Usopp. Like you don't need to superimpose this new absurd, what's the phrase? I can't think of the word. You don't have to superimpose like this new absurd theory for that to be the case. You can always just have two characters, two arcs, two locations reflect each other, but maybe there's nothing too deep about that. Because there's another level to this, guys. There's another perspective. Oda's going to reuse the same ideas. You know? If Oda reuses an idea he had about this one character onto a second character, we don't have to then make the leap that the first character is related biologically to the second character. Maybe Oda just likes this one aspect of a character, this one idea he had, and he wants to use it again. You guys see what I'm saying? Maybe Oda likes to draw islands with aqueducts, right? Maybe he just likes that. He thinks that's cool. That's a cool island design. So maybe he does that for Water 7, and then he does that with, I don't know, Zoe. Because Oda just thinks it makes sense. It's very cool. It's very realistic. We don't have to then say, oh, well, maybe Water 7 is Zoe. It's like the second piece of Zoe. You guys see what I'm saying? We don't have to make these grand conclusions off of similarities in One Piece all the time. MJ has always been against Epstein and the Jays. Oda took inspiration. That's why Brook looks like MJ and Nika. Okay, I'm not going to put the flat out message on stream. YouTube's not going to like that. Hold on. Let me show this really quick. I do got to get back to the chapter. We're still on page 3. Guys, look, this is from King J. He sent me this picture, and King J said, Michael Jackson has always been against Epstein and the Jays. Oda took inspiration. That's why Brook looks like MJ and Danica. This is wild, bro. That is a wild take. Okay, let's continue with One Peak 1184. 1184. Oh, dude, don't tell me Paint is glitched out. Hold on, guys. Paint 3D is glitched. Oh, wait. Is it there? Why is it there for you, but it's not there for me? Oh, my gosh. Windows Explorer is broken again. Hold on, chat. Hold on. Hold your horses. $11.84. Brook Jackson. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Paint. Let's open Paint 3D. New. Okay, there we go. Okay, bada bing, bada boom, bada bum. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bum. Bada bing, bada bing, bada bing, bada bing, bada bing, bada boom, bada bum. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, who's trying to debate? I want to debate. Yo, Vincent, you want to debate? All right, let's continue with the chapter. That filthy brat is peeping again. Oh, I'm sorry. Shoo shoo, you're scaring the students. Ew, he smells awful. What a stain on our kingdom. The dump yard. To blame the rotten. Someday I'll make real music. Wait and see. Dad and mom, little bro too. Hungry belly, choo choo. Why the hell am I living through? Warty frogs go chomp chomp too. Kings to blame, the rotten king. Man, what terrible lyrics. Did you write that yourself? Yo, why does he look like Blackbeard though? Bro, look like Blackbeard though. Yo, this is Roxy Zebek bad timeline. Look at this. That nose, bro. Nah, I know he'd be taxed in that country. Yo, I know for sure this kingdom is taxing the hell out of Hesperia. Yo, he's sending all their taxes to Marijoa. Look at the hunker on that guy. Oh, man. And he has a butt chin. Man, Oda did you wrong, bro. How did he give you, bro? He gave you the Blackbeard nose and a booty chin? Oh, my gosh. Yo, there's no way Hesperia came from this, dude. Beauty and the Beast. And that thing, it's a violin. A violin made it myself using bottles and metal wire. Yo, Brook's awesome, dude. Yo, this is a cool 11-year-old. He's like way more, it's like way cooler than Luffy at 11. Luffy at 11 was just dumb. Got a pretty tone, don't you think? Yeah, it's got a nice free spirit to it. You came here before too, didn't you? You a fan of me, old man? Oh, his shirt says die. Yeah, because he's already dead. Yo! I was telling my coworkers about him looking like Blackbeard. He's probably from the Davy clan. What about Usopp at 11? A fatherless bozo. Ahaha, maybe I am. I'm not old. I'm not an old man, you know? I'm still only 21. You're 21 looking like that? Nah, bro is aging like milk, dude. Yo, Hesperia must have this dude stressed the hell out because how bro looks like he's 40, man. You're looking like that at 21? Bro. Huh? You sure got an old face. Yo, ho, 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 ho. Looks like life's been hard on you. Yo, I said the same thing. Man, your laugh's bizarre. Yo, ho, ho, ho. Well, then. Yo, ho, ho. All right, then. I'll call you bro. I'll treat you to a meal as a sign of friendship, bro. Caught a bunch of hoppers and frogs today. Dude, that's disgusting. Who let bro cook? It's so good. The secret ingredient's curry powder. I nick it off marine boats whenever they show up. Add this and everything tastes like curry. Kind of defeats the point of calling it secret. Yo ho 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 ho. Today's soup is made with seafood freshly caught off the Euro Peninsula coast. Euro? Wait, Europe is in One Piece? Bro got them. Bro got his. He's cortisol maxing clearly to be looking like that. The dollar abalone was cooked down with red wine, served with premium A6 ruby beef. Bro, abalone is so mid. I'm not even gonna lie. It is so mid. I could name like 1,000 things that I would rather eat. Beef, steak, chicken, duck, pasta. Bro, I could name literally like 1,000 dishes I would have before a freaking abalone. An apple, blueberry, strawberries. Abalone is literally so far down the tier list. Who the hell? Yo, abalone's top 5. Who's saying that? Bro, I'm having chicken rice over abalone every day. Okay, so who's gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna turn down the yakiniku and get me some abalone? Bro, who? Prince, allow me to introduce the Harris of the Souffle Industrial Group, the young lady who graduated top of her class from Inoa Academy. Dude, is that just Nami? Why does every girl have to be Nami? Indian upscale. Curry mentioned. Yo, shout out to my Indians. I know, bro. I know all my Hindus are celebrating this chapter. Let's go. Yo, Indian, stand up. What's wrong, bro? You so happy you're tearing up? Huh? Oh, well, this is Asperia too. It's just that I'm a little tired, but I'm thankful for this. Bro's gonna throw up eating that food. He used to force himself. Yo ho 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 ho, delicious enough to shake your soul, right? Glad you like it. Let me sing something for you, bro. Whoa, forget the cash. You don't need to pay me. Bro, life's been tough. Life's been rough on the both of us, hasn't it? Yo, Brooke's a real one. He's not even a beggar. He's playing the music for free, dude. Brooke is a real one, chat. It looks like the Victorian era, this chapter, at the time, it refers to the colonialization of the East Indies. Oh, shoot. Yo, good catch, Johan. Only Johan, Mr. Freaking Wikipedia, would know that. Okay, this dude pulls out a bottle of whiskey and I guess some cigarettes. Yo, why does he almost look like Foxy? You guys see that panel of him holding the bottle and the cigarettes? It's like he's Foxy. What does the fox say? Now he's fishing with Brooke. He's smoking a cigar. Wait, what is that he's holding? The hell? Is that it's an octopus. Yo, Blackbeard is an octopus, confirmed, dude. Look at chapter 1184. That guy looks just like Blackbeard. He looks just like Zebek, and he's holding an octopus. That means Blackbeard's an octopus, dude. And then we got Brooke playing the guitar. Let's go. Yo, Brooke is like, he looks like the stereotypical 90s hippie, dude. In the Asperia Kingdom one day at Cello Port. It's the Marines. Hurry and load the instruments on the ship. Be gentle with those. Drip, drip. I don't know anything. You've got it all wrong. Cough, cough. They're beating up an 11-year-old. Not to mention the drinks that he's holding are the same ones Blackbeard keeps at his belt. Bro, no way. No way. Liar, you're the courier punk, aren't you? Where'd you hide the powder, gang? The powder the gang had you carrying. Where's it? What powder? The curry powder? We shelled out big money because word was you had it. You're telling me it was just curry powder? Cows and frogs, slaves and kings, all become just bones and death. Cows and frogs, slaves and kings, all become just bones and... Wait, they said Brooke made that song, right? He says, man, what terrible lyrics. Did you write that yourself? And that thing, it's a violin. Made it myself using bottles of metal wire. Got a pretty tone, don't you think? Yeah, it's got a nice spirit to it. You came here before too, yeah? Came here before too, didn't you? You a fan of me, old man? Okay, so Brooke doesn't actually answer the question. This dude, this Reuven dude, he's saying, did you write those lyrics yourself? And that question goes completely unanswered. You guys know how Oda likes to write. Where did this song come from? Oda, why did you dodge a question? Usually, Oda, when you dodge questions, there's a deeper implication there. Is this song from the Void Century? Was this song passed down through ancient times? Which, by the way, Most of the hymns in the Oriental Orthodox Church, like the Coptic Orthodox Church, they are passed down just by singing. A lot of the hymns, they weren't even written down. People kept the hymn perfectly preserved over thousands of years just by singing it. They would sing it every Sunday, sing it every day, at liturgy. And just they never needed to write down the lyrics. So we have a lot of hymns and songs preserved just through the oral tradition of singing. So when we see, for an example, Binks Sake in One Piece, a song that was just passed down by word of mouth since Joy Boy time or Void Century time, that is plausible. I think people actually because you'll hear people say like, oh, telephone game. When person 1 says something, person 2 will hear it differently, and then person 3 will hear it differently. I think people blow, when it comes to the telephone game stuff, people blow that out of proportion. I don't think that's always true. I think context matters. But anyways, quit singing. For an instant, the song made death feel strangely small. Soon it'll all end. Goodbye, stray dog. Goodbye, bro. Yo, I bet you Joy Boy was singing that when he was dying. Yo, I'll sign the bet with me right now. Who's on board? Chat, who is on board? Who wants to bet that when Joy Boy was dying, he was singing the same song? Cows and frogs, slaves and kings, all becomes just bones and death. Brooke said, for an instant, the song made death feel strangely small. You know why? Because Joy Boy was thinking and singing the same thing. Who wants to bet? Join the bet. We're signing it as of May 29th, 2026. Either way, he's already seen our faces. Let's finish this brat and chase the gang. All becomes just bones and death. No, Brooke. Brooke, no. Brooke. Boom, they bust open the doors. Huff, huff. Bro, Prince Reuven. Prince. What a relief, Brooke. I was worried what I'd do if you had died. Step back, Your Majesty. Let the royal escort corpse. Don't be stupid. I'll do it myself. After what these scumbags did to my friend, you think I'll stand down? I'll pay them back in kind. Hey, wait. That's Esperia's royal escorts. Lord Reuven, we've captured the small text, chat. I can't see with that. Hold on. I got to zoom in. It's really small. Lord Reuven, we've captured the Muron gang dealers, along with the illegal drugs and their courier. The courier? Wait, this brat is actually after curry powder? Your Majesty, don't let personal emotions guide you. The Marines are backed by the world government. Yeah, and this is See, people, what will people tell you? What will people tell you? What will people tell you? Yo, Blackbeard was introduced way before Emu, bro. Blackbeard was introduced in the Drum Island arc. Oh, really? Wasn't the threat of the Marines back in the Shellstown arc? Who do the Marines work for? Do the Marines just exist in a vacuum? No, they don't. And we learned that very quickly on. We learned very quickly on in One Piece that the Marines work for the world government. So, hey, you better rewind. You better back it up, boy. Oh, but Blackbeard, he was introduced before Emu. We just now figured out that Emu exists. Wait a second. We knew that the world government was at the center of the story before Blackbeard, buddy. So, if Luffy's going to overthrow the world government, does it really matter that Emu specifically was kept hidden until the Reverie arc? No, it doesn't. Because either way, there was already a premise. There was already this presupposed idea from Oda that Luffy was going to overthrow the world government. Might I add, when was Blackbeard said to exist? Back in the Drum Island arc. And what was the context of that? Oh, the Blackbeard pirates, they came through Drum Island. They messed it up. And that's it. That's all they really said. But what else did we get through Drum Island? Can you guys remember? We saw the Reverie in Drum Island. Yeah. You guys remember that? During the Drum Island arc, we saw Vivi and Dalton. They were at the Reverie. So what is my point? My point is that very early on in One Piece, there was already this established idea that the One Piece world government are the people running the show before Blackbeard ever got real gas. So when people try to tell you, oh, but Blackbeard was introduced first, bro. No, sir. I'm checking you. Anyone that makes that argument, you're getting checked. You make a new argument. Make a new argument, buddy. But I also want to add on another side note, Johan, you let me know what you think about this. Anyone else in chat, let me know what you guys think. But I'm pretty sure Johan will see where I'm coming from. When we see Prince Reuven go to Brook, we now realize that Prince Reuven, he's the king, or not Prince, King Reuven, or I guess Prince Reuven. He has immense power. He got all this clout. He's of notoriety. He's of nobility, right? But Brook is like this happy-go-lucky poor kid. Does this not remind you of Alexander the Great in Diogenes? Yo, Stan D man with the 5 gifted. God bless, bro. Thank you so much, man. If you guys got gifted a membership, say thank you to the one and only Stan. Thank you so much, bro. I want to see a thank you to Stan. All of you guys who got gifted memberships, thank you so much, bro. But guys, if you guys know the story about Diogenes, however you want to pronounce his name, Diogenes was one of the, I guess some people would call him a philosopher, some people don't, from the ancient world. You know, this guy, he didn't care about anything. He would pee in front of people. He would act absurd. He was just living how he wanted, living like a dog, right? Versus Alexander the Great, a man with physical prowess, great strength, very intelligent. He had a bunch of subordinates. Alexander the Great met Diogenes, this wild, erratic, stinky, weird old man, this poor guy. And Alexander the Great, he's talking to Diogenes, getting to know him better. And he ends up saying, hey, if I wasn't Alexander, I'd be Diogenes. Alexander the Great actually finds, he kind of finds solace in the worldview, the belief system, the paradigm that Diogenes lives in. And that says a lot, because Alexander the Great, he was essentially like a king. Alexander the Great had subordinates. He had to dress nicely. He had to speak properly. He had to keep his head on a swivel. He was a very mature, serious man who was trying to take over the world. He was trying to conquer the world. But then when he sees, thank you so much, Luis, exactly. When he sees Diogenes, Alexander owned everything. Alexander had all the wealth, fame, and power. He meets Diogenes, this wacko, right? That stinks. He doesn't shower, pisses himself, but he's living how he wants. He goes to Diogenes. He asks him, I am Alexander. I can give you whatever you want. What do you need, bro? Diogenes says, move away, Alexander. You're blocking the sun. He doesn't care. Diogenes doesn't care about a palace and the golden cups and the robes and all the women. He doesn't care about any of that. He's happy as is. He has his own mojo. But anyways, I brought all this up because, you know, I'm looking at Prince Reuven. I'm looking at Brook, and it just kind of gave me that vibe. Brook at this point when he's 11, I mean, granted, you could look at Brook and say like, oh, well, he's a kid. I mean, I guess, sure. But regardless, this is his persona at the time. Brook doesn't care about the wealth, fame, and power. Brook just wants to play music, man. He just wants to have a good time and just thug it out. Prince Reuven is the one with all the money, the power. Yo, I can help you out. You know, it's like a really interesting dynamic, but Prince Reuven actually finds peace with someone like Brook. He looks at Brook, and Prince Reuven is probably thinking, hey, you know what? I can let my guard down by Brook. Because you know what? Everyone knows I, Prince Reuven, have too much power, too much wealth, fame, and power. God bless you, Smokey, Dean's Life, Abigna, Luis, Nomad Sherm. Prince Reuven, he has his guard up. Prince Reuven has his guard up. Anytime he talks to someone, are they trying to get my money? Anytime he works with someone, are they trying to take my power? Yo, is this guy trying to backstab me? Yo, are these people plotting on me? Yo, are these people using me? He has his guard up, being defensive around everyone. Because, I mean, a lot of people, it's almost like they have this innate trait from their fallen nature of selfishness. But when he comes across someone like Brook, it's refreshing. It's a fresh breath of air. Brook doesn't want your money. Brook doesn't want the golden cups and the robes and the palace and blah, blah, blah. Brook just wants to play music and have a good time. You know? But anyways, let's continue with this chapter. If the government shields trash like these, then the world's truly doomed. Right, Candle? Yeah, see? That is precisely the point. If the Marines, from the very beginning of One Piece, we're talking about Shellstown. Surely you guys remember Shellstown, right? The very beginning of One Piece, where Luffy, you know, he ends up in a barrel. He breaks out of the barrel. Kobe's there. He beats up Alvida. They're at Shellstown. Helmeppo's there. The Marines are corrupted. Who do the Marines ultimately serve, though? The world government. Well, if the world government enables Marines like what we see on a daily basis, what does that say about the One Piece world government? And this is the exact point that Prince Reuven is making here. But if I want to give I'm not going to defend the One Piece world government. Obviously, you guys know that I believe the One Piece world government is very evil and corrupted. I'm not arguing that the One Piece world government is a good entity. I'm not arguing that. But if I want to offer genuine good pushback to Prince Reuven, I got to say, hey, man, if we're being honest, though, like I see where you're coming from, but if we're being honest, though, and we're trying to be intellectually mature, just because the One Piece world government has bad workers, that doesn't necessarily mean that the One Piece world government is bad. You know, because at the end of the day, everyone is a sinner. Everyone is flawed. You're bound to see bad people everywhere. Schools will have bad teachers. There's churches that'll have bad clergy. There's freaking hospitals that'll have bad workers. That's going to happen everywhere all the time. You're going to have bad people in Islam, bad people in Hinduism, bad people in New Age, bad people in atheism. That's almost like a rule of life. You will never find a system where everyone in the system is morally upright and perfect. It's not possible. So, what's my point? My point is, just because the One Piece Marines are bad doesn't necessarily mean that the One Piece world government is bad because of that or by default. Now, of course, yes, I agree the One Piece world government is bad, but let's make better arguments for that. There's much better arguments than that. And maybe Reuven doesn't know that. You know, Reuven, he's just kind of like the king of Asperia. You know, maybe his knowledge is little compared to you and I, chat. We read the story, we see all these countries and islands and the reveries, and we have much more context than Reuven. So maybe we can't expect Reuven to have like this full-fledged breakdown on why the One Piece world government is evil. Like, yeah, I get that, whatever. But yeah, I wouldn't say that tackling the One Piece world government from that angle is the strongest angle. But regardless, if we're talking about the approach narratively, I do think that the reason Oda had Marines act corrupt very early on in One Piece is so that it builds up towards the larger main antagonist, the world government. Let's continue. I am your trusted blade. Allow me to accompany you. We're Marines, damn it. Pipe down already. You worthless trash. Man, swordsmen are cool. Did you hear? Lady Candle did it again. She protected the kingdom. Asperia Palace. You're awake now, huh, Brook? Snap. I'm not angry exactly. Which, by the way, guys, as I look at this panel right here, Asperia Palace, you're awake now, huh, Brook? I get some big Marijoa vibes when I look at this. I get some big Marijoa vibes. This backstory for Brook might actually be a microcosm towards the macrocosm of Emu and or Joy Boy. That's just pure intuition speaking. Prince Reuben, please be mindful of the position you hold. All right, got it. Hey, Brook, so you were a prince all along, bro. About that. Forgive me, I never intended to lie to you. I was just having too much fun spending time with you. Princess or Kingdom of Asperia, Captain of Royal Escort Corps Candle. Which, by the way, guys, as you can tell, those icons next to the info box, Kingdom of Asperia, Captain of Royal Escort Groups or Corps Candle, those icons next to it, those are the same exact icons that we see next to Mihawk's info box. Quite interesting. Now, yesterday, if you guys watched the stream, we did critique an argument about that. There are some people that are arguing because candles, I don't even know how to, what's a shorter way of describing this? The icons next to Candle's info box when she's introduced. We'll just say her intro, the similarity of intro. Just because Candle has a similar intro to Mihawk, can we then necessarily conclude that Mihawk is related to Candle? I obviously get the point. These are very unique icons. It's a very unique style. It is exactly like how they used it for Mihawk. I understand the argument, but I feel like there's still a chasm. There's a gap between the icons are similar to then they are related. There's a gap here, chat. There is a gap. How do we fill that gap? And we also went over last stream, if you guys were watching. If you didn't watch, we went over how people would probably argue from a universal quantifier perspective. They would probably argue that, oh, well, every time characters are introduced with a very similar intro, they're related. But the problem is you would have to check every single time that is the case. And if we find one outlier of that being untrue, then they can't make that argument with the universal quantifier of every single time people are introduced similarly, they're biologically related. If that argument falls, their conclusion that Mihawk and Candle are related is severely weakened. With a name connection, which I don't know if there is any. That's what she said. Fill the gap. Yeah, all right, young Smokey. We got big Oofmatic in here. We got big Lucas. How's it going, bro? More importantly, don't tell anyone about that curry powder you stole. Every time Lord Reuben disappeared, we feared the worst. But who would have thought you'd be out having such a good time with your cute friend? Tap. Yo, why does she... Dude, she's like Hina. Is that her name, Hina, in One Piece? Does she not look the exact same? I need to find like a manga panel of Hina. Do they not have the exact same design? Oh, dude, they look the exact. They even have the same eyebrows. Bro, how can I pull this up without getting flagged? Yo, chat, go to the One Piece wiki for Hina and look at the manga picture. It is, they literally have the exact same design. It is the same exact thing. How do I screenshot this? If I show 1184 on screen right now, I might get flagged. All right, guys, look at this. I'm going to flash it on screen, okay? This is going to be our dirty little secret. No one snitch, all right, chat? Look, check this out. Check this out. Look, this is 11. I'm going to have it small, actually. This is from 1184, right? You see that? Whoa, 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 whoa. 1184, right? But then look at Hina. I don't know if I flashed it too quick. They have the exact same design. Look at the face. The same exact eyebrows. Yo, Oda, because you're writing a 2D manga, your limitations are quite bad. Okay, we gotta speed read the rest of the chapter. We're already 1 hour and 10 minutes. My apologies. I didn't know your wounds were that severe. Forget it. Don't bother. Anyway, you know what? He's my favorite musician. Prepare a room for him in the barracks and get him real instruments. Make sure to get him enrolled to the school. Asperia's next big star is here. I freaking love this guy. From here on out, things are about to get lively around this place. Is that Brooke crying? Aw. Which, by the way, is this not reminiscent to how you guys remember when Law was pretending to be asleep? He was laying down and he was listening to Corazon and Law was crying. You guys remember that? Yo, L, God bless, bro. Welcome in. I'll check DMs in 1 second. Guys, we're going to open up the calls, okay? We're going to open up the calls. Anyone that wants to send me that wants to talk about their comments, questions, serious concerns, bring it to the calls. Earlier today, we were debating on Mihawk versus Shanks, but I highly doubt anyone's going to bring that debate to the voice call because they know they're going to lose the debate. But if you guys are feeling brave today, you guys are feeling spicy, come join the voice call live on stream in front of everybody. Come prove me wrong. Shanks versus Mihawk, Zoro versus Sanji, whatever you want to talk about, even non-One Piece, feel free to do it. I kind of want to host the call on StreamYard. That's one of my favorite moments, Law and Corazon's relationship. It really is one of the best moments. It's a great moment. Law is one of the greatest characters ever written. All right, guys. Also, everyone, I am requiring you guys, go ahead and do the YouTube stuff, chat. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you guys have not already. If you want to go above and beyond, Stream Elements link at the top of the stream chat. If you guys want to support me, I got to take care of my family, chat. I got to buy my wife new vacations, clothes, food, books. You guys see all these books behind me? Chat, these books ain't free. These books ain't cheap. Okay, maybe some of them are free. But chat, we're going to go broke here. Too much money spent on food, on clothes, on bills. Anyone that wants to help me, feel free. Use Stream Elements link at the top of the stream chat. Or you guys can hit the like button on the stream to grow the channel. Subscribe. Again, Noti Bell. Go and do all that YouTube stuff, chat. But we're going to get the StreamYard link. We're going to get the StreamYard link going. Or let me ask you, chat, should I drop the StreamYard link once we have a goal. Because think about it, chat. If I drop the StreamYard link, I don't think people are gonna I don't think they're gonna keep me alive, chat. What do you guys think, chat? Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your genuine raw thoughts, chat. I hear the sound of victory. I hear the sound of victory. And strike and strike and strike and strike. Oh, guys, yeah, they're stingy with the likes, bro. Hey, let's have a goal. 20 likes on the stream. That's like, dude, that is like the bare minimum. Do we have a donation goal? Why are you on Thailand? Thailand, right? Thailand. Yo, Smokey is gonna hate this picture. I'm putting this on the screen just purely out of spite. Hey, Smokey, this is for you. This is for you. For all those times you slandered swordsman, Smokey, this is for you. Facts, we should have a goal. Okay, should we have a donation goal? What should the donation goal be? Because think about it this way, right? If I turn on open mic, you guys, you're not going to hit that stream elements. You're going to just join the open mic. You guys got to earn the open mic. I mean, I've given you guys 1,000 free open mics. Think about it. What should the goal be, guys? Or should we not do a goal? Let me know. Because last time I checked, we've done 1,000 free. I've done it free of charge. Look at young Smokey. He said, that's a retarded take. But we got Brooke right here letting us know that swordsmen are awesome. What do you mean? Goal should be 99 USD. Well, you should give a big thank you to the one and only young Smokey. Thank you so much for the $99 donation. Join open mic here. God bless your soul, young Smokey. Man, I wonder how many $100 donos has Smokey done in his lifetime. I gotta know. It has to be like 1,000, bro. Thank you so much, man. Ship Eddie DiCharlos, you ain't sword swallowing, brother, are testing me. You and your sword swallowing brother are testing me. How are we testing you if Brooke said it himself? Guys, you need to thank young Smokey, by the way. If young Smokey was not ever a homie, I would probably have to stream out on the corner, guys. I'd be out on the streets. I'd be streaming in the slums of India. I'll be in the slums of India streaming from a freaking iPod. So you guys better thank young Smokey, because hey guys, food ain't cheap. Houses, bills, transportation, bro, nothing is cheap. The only thing that's cheap is all of the arguments that Smokey makes in favor of Shanks. That's the only thing. I don't know anything more cheap than the arguments that Smokey and Vincent make in favor of Shanks. Ain't that right, Smokey?
Wait, what? What happened? I didn't expect that. That was quick.
The only thing cheap are the arguments that you are making in favor of Shanks.
But see, I'm not King J. I'm not gonna be your echo chamber only.
What do you mean echo chamber? Bro, it's logic.
I don't think I just saw that DM that King J tried to get you to show me.
They said on the intro, we need a brought to you by Smokey Productions.
Hey,
yo, you know,
I'm an
like,
LLC. Let's go.
He's an LLC. Yo, how about when we start the stream? You know how like movies always has like the producer intros or whatever.
Oh, I thought
Let's
you
have
were
an
gonna
intro. Young Smokey.
I
Brought
thought
to
you
you
were gonna.
by Young Smokey.
I thought you were gonna say, "Let's have Smokey be in the ring like the MGM lion." Roar!
Oh, dude, that's yo. Oh, do they even make movies anymore?
I could have swore I've seen the MGM.
Wait, is that a
movie
second
before.
99? Wait, hold up. Did you drop 2.99s?
I might have done something like that. Yeah. Yep.
Oh
Yep.
wow, guys, 2.99s from Young Smokey. Oh shoot, I missed that. Thank you so much, bro. We don't deserve you. Where'd Vincent go? God bless your soul. All right, 1184. 1184. Let me ask you. I'm going to hear your full-fledged voice opinion as well as the text chat. Guys, go and get your fingers ready. What is the rating of this chapter and why? 1 to 10. What is the rating of 1184 and why?
So I got a little explanation. Stick with me now. I think this chapter is actually pretty decent. But for when it was dropped and upon a binge read, people will come to appreciate this chapter. Right now, everybody's going to say it's trash. I've already seen Elle say this was boring. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, it is boring. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I don't know. Like, I did feel a little something for Brooke. Pause. Big pause on that. I mean, like, it's boring on the grand scale, but there was one moment where, I felt bad for Brooke.
I feel like this chapter is going to be one of those chapters we come back to, and it's going to have some foreshadowing to something big.
Eric said 10 out of 10. Kyrie, is he from the Discord? Kyrie is said 7 out of 10. No, 8 out of 10. Stan says 7. This flashback will connect to Emu's abilities and Gunko's Abyss tattoo. Well, this flashback maybe, but what about this chapter? What about this chapter, though? If we're talking about this chapter as a standalone, what are we rating this chapter?
By the way, King J, I saw what you were saying earlier. Are we running with the idea that Gunko is Mihawk's mom? Or are we running the idea that he's connected to Candle? Well, what's going on?
Gunko is the mom of Mihawk? What type of crack rock? How?
That's your bozo way. That's your wing way. That's your lame wing.
That's Queen Gay. Wait. Gunko is the mother of Mihawk. Who the hell is the father?
I'm just trying to figure out what King J is saying here.
He said, let's write this down. Gunko would be the mother of Mihawk?
I saw him say something about...
How old is Gunko?
Gunko being the trusted blade and Mihawk being the black blade guy.
If I'm remembering,
he said after reading the theory, you'll be on board. I'm sorry, Vincent, go ahead.
I was just going to say, if I recall, Brooke said she'd be 77, and Mihawk is like, what, 40?
Yeah, he's a couple of years older than Shanks. I think like 1 or 2, maybe 3.
And you said Mihawk is 40.
So it's plausible, but wouldn't throw it out there with like top 10 theories.
So she would have been 37 years old when she had Mihawk. Right?
Yes.
Did I do the math right?
By the way, how old is Brooke again? 80 plus?
Brooke is 90.
90, okay.
Gunko 77, Mihawk 40. She would have had Mihawk when she was 37. That's actually quite late in One Piece terms, but not that it's impossible. But I mean, isn't that quite late? He's 43.
Okay, I was about to say it's Mihawk exactly 40. Because I thought Blackbeard are the same age.
So he and Blackbeard are the same age.
Blackbeard's also 43?
Oh no, wait, he's 40. My bad. You said 43.
Okay, so she is 77 years old.
He is
And Mihawk is
43.
43.
So
So she had Mihawk when she was 34.
yeah, that's what I was about to say.
And okay, so the thing is it does seem that I gotta be careful how I word this. I understand. I'm sure actually King Jay is gonna argue from this perspective that there's an intimate relationship between Emu and Gunko. So if Gunko did indeed have a child, we would probably look at Mihawk to be the father, or look at Emu to be the father, right?
Have we seen any clues yet, like based on this chapter, of any foreshadowing of Emo stealing Gunko away yet? Have we gotten that far?
I don't think so, but I do have the inkling that Candle actually is a holy knight because she did refer to herself as a trusty blade, and isn't that one of the titles of holy knights?
Yeah, that's Gunko's title.
So it makes sense it'd be her
Wait,
mom's
Candle
title
had the
too.
same title as Gunko?
I'm saying that she could be a title of blade, or maybe the same title as Garland.
Really quick, Pup in the Turdy said lining up just right with this flashback. What do you mean lining up just right with the flashback? What are you talking about? What is he referring to?
Context, por favor. More context, please.
Drop the context. What's he referring to?
No clue.
I have no clue. I can only guess.
I can't see Gunko cheating on Brooke. I mean, it could be a a more of a forced
A Jenny
kind of
situation. A Jenny situation.
I mean, Brooke said last chapter he's a one woman kind of guy, so he never betray her.
Brooke, I'm a one woman kind of guy. Show me your panties.
34 years old. Okay. So at this time, hold on, wait a second. No, because we were in a flashback within a flashback. Again, shout out to Vincent. He got that correct. I got that wrong. So the first one, the initial one, Gunko was only 14. But this one we're looking at, she wasn't even born yet, right?
Yeah, this is when Brooke was 11.
Because he was 27 and she was 14.
Yeah.
Now he's 11, so she's not even born yet.
And
do I have that right?
Yeah, and Prince Rovan, was it?
Yeah.
Prince Rovan. Yeah, he's like 21, and then in the main flashback he'd be 31, but since it's 7 years now, he'd be 38.
Jordan said between now, Gunko and Brooke 27. Gunko is Emu's servant 7 years from now when Rox raids Marishoa. Oh, that's a good point.
That is a good point.
That's good to know. That's good context. Yeah, she wasn't born yet, King J. Thank you. But Jordan, thank you. That's actually good context to think about. So you're talking about the primary flashback when, like, the first part of this chapter, right? Gunko's 14, Brooke's 27, but Gunko wasn't. So here's the thing, Gunko, yeah, we saw her 7 years later when Rox raided Marijoa, but she could have been there for God knows how long. She could have been there for 6 years and 355 days or 365 days, 364 days. You get my point? Yeah. Just because we saw her 7 years later doesn't mean she got there 7 years later. She could have got there 6 years later, 2 years later. But it does help to know that it's at least 7 years. Now we have like a ballpark.
Right.
It would be I hate to say this, but we might have to wait, get a little bit more context in this flashback. Maybe we see Gorse get sent to Esperia, and then we witness the kidnapping of Gunko.
Don't talk about the Gore. Don't talk about the Gorse right now. It'll just piss me off about the leakers, dog.
Okay, look,
He's very sensitive about that.
Put those bums to the side. It is possible that, you know, we get this whole backstory between Brooke and his relationship with Prince Reuven and Candle. Then we move back to when Gunko's 14, get more context. Then we continue moving forwards with them together to see how it is Gunko got enfolded into the Holy Knights.
By the way, I have a bold prediction. We're going on break after this chapter, correct? Oda's about to take another break. I have a feeling that this flashback is going to be 3 to 4 chapters.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, like somewhere 4 to 5.
I don't know, maybe.
I mean, this
is it because you think it's going to end on a break week? Are you saying because it's going to end on like a 3-chapter stretch?
That is actually a good question, Vincent. Do you think that? Because I think with the way Oda has been playing around here lately, we're on a break. We'll get 2 chapters. He'll take another break, and then we'll get the final chapter of the flashback.
Knowing him, it'll probably be more like it is a break week, but we'll get the chapter anyway, and there'll be another chapter after that.
You know, it's actually kind of funny to me because, you know, we've had these conversations many times in the past. Let me actually jot this down. We've had these conversations where it's like, okay, we're going to get, 3 chapters of One Piece, right? And then it's going to go into a break week. Then we'll assume that there's another 3 chapters. We'll be in like a flashback or something. And then people will say like, hey, how many chapters until the flashback ends? A lot of people do exactly what we just did. They think about like, okay, will it end in maybe, like, let's say we're at this part, right? Let's say it's a break week, right? A lot of people, they'll think like, okay, does it end in like 3 chapters or 6 chapters? Because they'll guesstimate like this, right? They'll want to time it in their head so that the flashback ends right before this break. But if they think 3 is too short, they might then guess, okay, maybe it's not 3, maybe it's 4, no, 5, no, but probably 6, because then there's going to be another break after that. I think a lot of people intuitively think like that. But the funny thing to me is every time people have asked me about this, I never actually sit back and remember. Like, I don't remember if Loki's flashback ended on a break week or not. I don't remember if Gear 5 was introduced after a break week. Like, I actually don't remember.
That's a very good question. I don't remember.
I do remember Nidhogg was introduced and then there was a break week.
That I also remember.
Thank you really quick to
Muzza. Was a break week.
Muzza, new member. He's now the top guy. Thank you so much for the membership, bro. Appreciate it.
Welcome
God
to
bless
the
you, bro. I hope
stream.
you're doing great. Hope you're having a wonderful day night. Welcome to the stream.
We have wonderful people here.
I'm not. Don't listen to this dude.
Welcome to hell.
Thank you so much. But back to Vincent and Smokey. You're saying that Ragnar was introduced prior to the break?
Not Ragnar, Nidhogg.
Nidhogg. I'm sorry, Nidhogg.
And then,
sorry, I love Ragnar so much, so I heard Ragnar.
And then Emu was introduced, and then there was a break week.
Yucky. I just threw up in my mouth. Here we go.
How do you hate on Ragnar? Oh, my God.
Very easily. Very easily. Very, very easily.
I'm sorry, Vincent. I just totally derailed your thought because of this bozo. What did you say?
No, you're fine.
Keep going, Vincent. My bad.
I was just saying, I think Emu was also introduced, and then there was a break week on that, too. So it's probably like all these important...
Like the unveiling of Emu.
Yeah, we're talking about his design, right? Because I agree. I think I know for sure we went on a break week when Odin dropped Emu.
You know, it's actually not even that hard to check. I'm just lazy because what you guys can do, anyone in chat, you guys can do this. If you guys go to viz.com and pull up One Piece to go read the chapters on Viz or Shonen Jump, it tells you next to each chapter what day the chapter released on. So you can easily see when breaks took place. So if you really wanted to, you could see like, okay, the chapter that led into a break, what happened in that chapter? And then you just keep doing that. Like maybe you see a chapter leads into a break, click on the chapter. What happened in that chapter? Oh, Emu was unveiled. Okay, interesting. Oda timed Emu's unveiling to be right into a break week, leading into a break week. Oh, Loki's flashback ended and then a break week started. Or maybe Loki's flashback ended on chapter 1 of the 3-chapter stretch. You know, you could actually go on Viz and use the dates to actually do this, but I never actually sat down and try to work it out. But I think it would actually be worth the time because we're always asking each other this. We're always asking, yo, Vincent, how many chapters until the flashback ends? Yo, Smokey, how many chapters until the arc ends? Yo, King J, how many chapters until the fight ends? You know, if we can at least get like a solid idea as to whether or not Oda times these things on the 3-chapter stretches on chapter 3, that would be good to know. But I think that's kind of a guess as of now. Like, yeah, like I understand the logic. Like Oda wants to put like a banger out or, you know, end on a good note prior to a break week. But how do we know that he actually follows that path? What if it takes 4 chapters and he can't do it? What if he just can't do it on chapter 3 prior to the break week? What if he needs 5 chapters, you know?
I mean, it's a possibility. Right now, my only question for Oda is, hey, Oda, at this rate, are we going to get 34 chapters this year? Am I going to have more gray hair by the time One Piece is done? But let's not say I want One Piece to end because people are going to tell me to drop the manga. You know what? That's my bad. My bad. Ignore me.
I mean, if you actually can look at the dates of when they came out, you could probably map out, see which weeks will be break weeks. Try to like plan ahead.
We could actually test it this time around as well. So first of all, was this even a 3-chapter stretch? I don't think it was.
I don't think so either, because remember there was like there was a holiday but for one break week, and then there was another break week that Oda took for his regular thing. So technically there was altercations with this one.
That's another thing, because if we're trying to, and I don't want to overcomplicate this, but there's always that chance of like a spontaneous break as well, you know?
Excuse me, sir. I would like to offer a controversy, por favor.
Let me hear
One
it.
controversy, please. One controversy, please. Oda, stop freaking going to the goddamn live action, dude. The fuck are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
They can handle
Oda,
they can handle.
Yo, why can't Oda just have like a Zoom call or something? Like, why you gotta pause the breaks or pause the manga for a break?
More importantly, why did they get to see his face and we don't?
That's your biggest concern?
Vincent out here asking the big questions. Let's go.
Bro's worried about Oda's face more than anything.
Man, Oda's down in Africa getting that sun, man. He probably got a tan.
Nah, no way. Dude, he probably spends so much time inside that he needs to go to like sun therapy to even get a tan. His body like rejects vitamin D.
He has the emu cloak and he takes it everywhere he goes.
Wait.
Yeah.
That's a banger.
He's like, Emu.
Is Emu Oda?
Emu is Oda. No, I think Tiante is Oda. I think Tiante is Emu. Oh God, no! Imagine Tiante was Oda. Oh
It's
God, we would have to drop One Piece.
Is this an Obito situation? Is this an Obito?
It is an Obito situation. All roads lead to Kanjuro.
It's an unholy trinity.
Unholy trinity. Oda's using the One Piece live action as an excuse when he feels like taking a break. I mean, what are people going to tell you?
By the way, guys.
Oh, he deserves a break. He's been writing this story for 20 years.
That's what I was just about to say. By the way, guys, yes, I am bitching, but yes, I also believe that Oda deserves a break because he's human. Two things can be true.
Bro, he's my slave. What you mean, dude? Oda, you getting back to that. You better get back to that desk, boy. I need chapter 1185 pronto. I don't care if you're tired.
Oda Trevo hit Oda with the, what is your name, boy?
What is your name? You know what? I'll break the ice. I'll break the ice for all One Piece fans. Listen, I will break the ice for all One Piece fans. I'll take the fall because everyone's too scared to say, shut up, Oda, get off the brakes, because everyone's like, yo, he deserves a break. Stop abusing Oda. Yo, I'll break the ice. Oda, no more breaks. I don't care, dude. Get back to that desk. Draw out Mihawk. I want Joy Boy's flashback. Stop crying. Give me the chapters. I don't care, dude. I'll take the fall, chat. And now it's easier for you guys to agree, and it's easier for you guys to speak up. I'll take the fall.
This just echoes my sentiments of saying in Discord last night, I don't want One Piece after 2030.
Bro, can you imagine you're taking your grandkids to freaking school and you gotta, oh, dude, the new chapter. You read the new chapter? Oh my gosh. Like, bro, I'm using a walking cane. I still gotta keep up with the freaking spoilers.
I'm sorry to break the conversation so serious, but I was just going through my mind of Eddie telling Oda to just keep working it in my mind. It just goes to DBC Abridged with the tutor whipping Gohan and going, learn! But for him, it's right.
What the hell?
That is a deep cut. DBC Abridged in 2026. I love it. I love it.
DBZ. Could you just imagine like being as old as dirt? You could barely even walk anymore. Like you got dementia and you're still worrying about where the hell the spoilers are at. Yo, Smokey, I'm like 70 years old. Hey, Smokey, are the spoilers out yet?
I don't know, but something about that dag-nabbit Luffy and going to get the Pirate King. I remember something about it.
What was the One Piece again? Oh, darn it. I don't remember.
What's Moopy up to?
Moopy. Lucci. Lucy.
I know there's some guy named Geeka somewhere in this story. I think he was Tomorrow Black, but I could have swore.
Have we found a man marked by flames yet?
Oh, dude, man marked by flames. I'm not even holding my breath on that.
By the way, our bingo board is in shambles right now.
No. Whose bright idea was it to take Emu off the board, by the way?
I don't know.
I had a lot of good things
me.
lined up, and then JK came in and destroyed all of my layups, bro. I told JK that. I was like, God damn it.
You said JJ?
JK. JK.
Oh, JK. Oh, man. The bingo card is like, you don't want to have things like, oh, we will see Zoro in a chapter. It's like, well, obviously we'll see Zoro in a chapter. If you really wanted, you could have a bingo card that's filled out within like one chapter.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, though. We decided on not going for layups. We tried to make it unique as possible.
Yeah, exactly. So you want to add the tinfoil, but then if it's too tinfoil, you might not hit anything.
Yeah, and that's looking like what we're about to do.
Oh no, chat, we're 0 for 30.
Actually, I think we did have a Broken Gunko backstory, didn't we, up there?
Oh yeah, Dubs, baby, Dubs. We got at least one. Thank God, we got one true
But
theory.
let's double check just to be sure.
Yeah, hold on. Let me pull out Twitter. I'm not calling it X. It's Twitter.
I agree. I refuse to call it X.
All right, I found it.
Always
Hold
be
on.
Twitter.
It will always be Twitter. I don't care about Elon Musk. More like Elon Musky. Boy, stank as hell. All right, here we go. Shanks will reunite with Luffy. Mihawk fight past or present. National treasures revealed. Brainstar Man fully revealed. Another Gorosgay death.
Agora Goem death.
Doflamingo, another Goyim death. Doflamingo.
Why this?
Not funny. Doflamingo becomes a Holy Knight. Loki joins the Straw Hats. Eye Patch character revealed. Buggy backstory. Big Buggy backstory. What the hell? So random. I don't even remember putting that in.
Brother, you're going down this list, and I can see everyone JK picked.
Big news: Morgan Human reveal. Sanji uses Conquers. Scopper Gabon dies. Elbaf's time moves slower. Law joins Cross Guild. Blackbeard's crew raids Wano. Gunko / Brook flashback. Finally, we got one. Straw Hats receive Vivi's newspaper code. Shanks will reunite with Blackbeard. Why E-Myth woke up 200 years ago. Kobe leads a ship to take the One Piece. Last one goes to location reveal. Uranus's appearance is revealed. Mother Flame destroys another island. Bronny joins the Straw Hat crew. So we got one out of this whole board so far.
Oh, we got the free. Oh, wait, we don't have a free space.
This is just pathetic. Never cook again. We got half the year left. Dude, if it took us half the year to get one, don't have your hopes up.
Brother, this is why I was saying earlier, is Oda even going to get to 34 chapters this year?
How many has he done so far?
Well, you know the average because you always present me the average of how many chapters Oda usually writes per year. But
It's 34,
how many he's actually done this year, I'm not sure. I haven't counted.
The first chapter of this year is 1170, and we are currently on 1184, technically.
So
14
chapters
6 months in.
so far. 14 chapters so far.
14
In 6
chapters
months.
in 6 months.
Not even.
So
6
how much
months.
does that average out?
That gives us.
Where my Chinese people at? You guys are good at math.
1 + 1 is 1 on a bun.
You said 16 chapters? No, 14 chapters. Wait. 14.
We got
14 out of 6 months. That's 2.3 Wait, no.
it's 20.
6 divided by 14.
Left.
Wait, no. What? 14 divided by 6. Wait, that's 2.3 chapters a month? Bro, Oda's not hitting that quota. That's 28 chapters this year. If Oda stays at this pace, it's 28 chapters this year. That means 6 less chapters than his average. His average chapters per year is 34.
What is the lowest chapter numbers Oda has ever given us a year?
This will, if it's lower than 28, it'll be this year.
Okay, so this would be the number one if things continue this way.
Man.
Bro,
I ain't ever finishing One Piece. Oda, let me go. I cannot do the Stockholm Syndrome anymore.
get me out of this prison.
Don't you see? We were all slaves. The One Piece is actually the brand of the dragon.
Dude,
I keep trying to get out, and he keeps pulling me back in, man. This
I don't
ain't right.
see One Piece. I don't see One Piece ending in under 250 chapters.
I agree. I'm just talking shit, but I agree. Let me be serious for a second. No, I agree. Even though I said I don't want One Piece past 2030, if it goes on to there, I'm going to still be reading. But, I mean, listen, man, I already got gray hairs in my beard. Let me not go bald while I'm reading this, Oda. That's all I ask. I just don't want to be bald by the time I'm done.
One Piece anime show. One Piece anime show.
That I can agree with.
But, I mean...
Like, you could take my age, but you cannot take my hair.
But 250 chapters with the 34 chapters a year is still over 7 years from now. Problem is, Oda's not doing 34 chapters a year this year unless he somehow picks up the pace like crazy. He's already 6 chapters behind.
Is there a possibility he could pick it up?
Okay, we could do the math. We could see what if Oda does 3 chapters every single week for the rest of the year, but so there's 12 months in a year, and we finished 6 months. So he has 6 months to do 3 chapters a month. That's 18 chapters. And he's currently done 14. So the most chapters Oda can hit this year is 32. That's still 2 less chapters than his average. But may I point out that's if Oda does 3 chapters every single month for the rest of the year. There's probably gonna be breaks.
So I've asked some other people this. I might as well ask the both of you, or if I had at least like got you. Are you okay with the flashback being triggered right now? How do you honestly feel about it? Do you hate it? Do you love it? Or are you neutral?
I actually kind of like the fact that we're getting the Brooks flashback. I think the timing is definitely like way off, but I guess that there's got to be like at least some character development with some of the some of the Straw Hats, so it might as well happen now and get it out of the way so the bigger shit can happen later on.
I think it's fair. I'm personally more neutral to it right now.
I agree with I largely agree with Vincent. I think the timing is a bit awkward. Again, we're witnessing Emu finally fighting as an unveiled character. This is moments of immense magnitude. You guys know how much Emu has been built up, leader of the world, blah, blah, blah. We're pausing that for this flashback. Now, this can easily rub people the wrong way because Emu is not your random Joe, right? So if we're going to pause this flashback, let alone Loki, because Loki's involved with that fight as well. So Loki versus Emu. If we're going to pause that fight, this flashback better be worth it.
Exactly. If you want to give us the undivided attention of Loki versus Emu, you gotta get the other bullshit out of the way. And I'm kind of happy. At least I'm happy it's with a character with a backstory that makes sense. Because with Brooke, I think we only got like half of his story. Same with Sanji, we only got half of the story there. But with Brooke, we're now getting the full layout of it.
I think it was Mets. I'm going to pull up King J's theory in DMs. I think it was Mets. Mets yesterday actually made a good point. This Brooke flashback is almost like a, he called it like the 11th hour flashback. What do you call it? Like an 11 o'clock flashback? Like,
yeah. No, I remember. I remember. The 11th hour flashback. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
All right, let's pull this out. Pause. Mihawk is the son of Emu and Ganko, says Mr. King J. All right, Chad, let's check this out. King J says, theory, Mihawk is the child of Emu and Ganko. 21-year-old Ganko was already shown as Emu's servant / Dorothy. Gunko's previous position was God's Blade. Before people say it's a position before getting promoted to the Holy Knights, we need to remember that Gunko is the only character who had the God's Blade title. In this chapter 1184, Gandalf called herself Trusted Blade. This dialogue being placed on Candle's intro chapter isn't a coincidence, which is Brooke saying, man, swordsmen are cool. Shinx and Mihawk are always paired. Gunko is paired up with Shamrock. They're a duo. That's another Mihawk connection. Candle's intro panel had the same symbols as Mihawk's intro panel, and the symbols is the same design as his sword. On top of Emu having Mihawk's eyes, Mihawk's sword and Emu's throne has the same patterns etched in them. Dracul means son of the devil, which would be Emu, and son of dragon, celestial dragon. Emu's sword is Nemesis. In mythology, Nemesis is the son of night. Yoru means night. That's the name of Mihawk's blade. Both of these two swords have the same shape. Emu and Mihawk have the same attacks too. The chapter where Mihawk used that ability is titled Mihawk Devil versus God Luffy. The chapter number is 561. 561 is 56 from right and 16 from left. 56 is Gomu and 16 is Emu. The chapter where Emu used that same ability is titled God versus Double. Oda and two official editors worked on Pirate Warriors game, and we got Mihawk named attacks. First attack is I think 16 Day Moon, where we know Moon is connected to Emu. Also, 1 is E and 6 is Mu in Japanese, so 16 is E Mu. Second attack is Kokotu Mu, which translates to Black Blade Mu. I don't have to explain why Mu is Emu. That's literally what Emu calls himself. Third attack is Crimson Blade. The name Shuru translates to Crimson. Emu addresses weaklings as rabbits, and that's exactly what Garling calls everyone. Emu also calls weaklings as insects, and that's exactly what Saturn calls everyone. You should probably also point out, King J, that Mihawk, when he was asked as to why he's pulling out the dagger, it's because he doesn't want to use a big cannon against a rabbit. So, yeah, Mihawk would consider weak individuals as rabbits. Which
I have three things to say. Number one, a joke. VP's gonna need a shower after this, man. I feel dirty talking about this. Number two, seems like King J has a lot of pent up energy when it comes to Mihawk. Brother, just go rub one out. You'll be all right. Number three, I'm not actually refuting anything he's saying because he's actually making sense.
This would be pretty cool.
2 jokes and an actual kudos. That's what I'm gonna give you.
I do like this idea that Shanks and Mihawk are the sons of notorious celestial dragons, and then they go their own separate way. They become swordsmen. They have their own rivalry. But you know, one hurdle that I have, and I'll let Vincent go. I'll pass him the torch. I'll pass him the mic afterwards. One hurdle that I have with the Mihawk is the son of Emu stuff, because I think everyone has contemplated it at this point. At least it's crossed their minds. The hurdle for me is how is Mihawk just running around the world as Emu's son? Does Emu care? Does Emu not care? Like, what is the logistics behind that? Because Emu's supposed to be this man in secret. Can Mihawk still run around the world because people don't know about Emu? Maybe Mihawk doesn't even know Emu's his father. I want to just kind of know how that dynamic plays out.
Well, here's one thing. Let's say, like, all right, Mihawk's running around the world. He's Emu's son. Shanks knows it. Rayleigh knows it. Every Roger Pirate that's alive knows
it. What was that very, very last thing you said?
Every Roger Pirate that is alive knows
it. How would they know it? I get like they learn everything. History. Okay, so here that's an interesting point. I want to hone in on that. That is true. Rayleigh did say that when the Roger Pirates got to Void Century, they learned the true history of the world. But don't you think that was pointing towards the Void Century and what unfolded? Mihawk's birth was only like 40 years.
I mean, that's absolutely fair. That is a fair question.
I do understand the sentiment, though. I mean, but you said Shanks knows. Do you think like Mihawk and Shanks grew up together, kind of thing?
I think they just were rivals and they got super close because they don't hate each other. We know they don't hate each other.
By the way, Mihawk is calling people insects here, just like Saturn does, and then he's calling people rabbits, just like how Garling does.
Yes. That's very hunting game-esque. Very hunting game-esque.
Yep.
Did you want to add anything, Vincent? Wait, Gunko is House of Manmayer. I thought that was a guess. I thought you guys said you were guessing.
No. She got adopted into the Manmayer family.
Yeah, probably by Candle.
It's
when you say by Candle, you mean like Candle sent her daughter to the Manmayer family?
Or
that's a possibility.
Wait, how do we know it was adopted?
Well, we don't know Candle's last name, so we don't know if she's a Malmare or not.
Yeah, but you
So
said
for all we know, she just
you
brought
said
her in.
Gunko was adopted. How do you
I
know
didn't
that?
say she was adopted.
Oh, maybe I
I said
misheard
she
you.
was brought in.
No. I said that because shoot. Now you make a good point. Okay, I see what you're doing.
Because
But
I mean,
but
like,
like I assume
go
they
ahead.
have different family names, you know?
I mean, there could be different lineage to that name. Like, there's different versions of the Don Quixote family, so there's probably different versions of the Melmere family, and any other celestial family for that fact.
I mean,
Like, there could be
we
like
can't say for certain. Like, I won't say for certain that Gunko, or let me put it this way, that Shuri or Candle, sorry, that Candle is Manmare. I mean, it is possible that Gunko was enfolded into the Manmare family. That's totally
That's
up for
what I'm
grabs,
saying.
but
That's what I'm saying.
I do find that even
okay.
though, yes, it's possible, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying that. I would say that it's much more simpler if Candle was just a Manmare to begin with. And that's why Gunko is Manmare.
That's also
Like that seems like a much more straightforward path to the destination. But just because it's a more straightforward path doesn't automatically make it true. It just makes it, in my opinion, maybe a stronger argument.
right. Well, we know Oda
Mm-hmm.
to be a man that doesn't always take the straight path.
Right, I agree.
He's
But see, that's the thing with like the theories and whatnot, because I mean, most people, I mean, I guess it would depend on who you're talking to. You know, I would maybe the average person, they want to make like a legit theory. They want to find, oh, I'm gonna find all the facts in the panels and all that. You probably want to go for the strong arguments, you know. But I mean, you don't have to. Like, if someone wants to make a tinfoil theory just for fun, that's completely okay. Anyone can do that. Anyone can make a theory just for fun. There's nothing wrong with that. But
Just
if
be
we're trying
open
to,
to
like,
being critiqued if you make a theory. That's my only specification. Make
right,
whatever you want to make, but be ready for the smoke. And if
exactly.
you want a good theory, you want the smoke.
Right, exactly. Because if someone debunks your theory, you could get closer to what the truth is. Now, how can you know what the truth is if you don't know what's wrong?
What's the old school
Exactly.
what's the old school saying? Iron sharpens iron, something like
Iron
that.
sharpens iron. If I
Steel
don't know
sharpens
what is,
steel.
if I don't know what's incorrect, how the hell am I going to find the truth? I guess everything's true. And then if everything's true, then you don't know what to do, right? You're paralyzed, right? Because Mihawk is the son of Emu, but he is also not the son of Emu. You see, is like it can't be the case that everything is true. There has to be things that are incorrect.
Well,
The law of non-contradiction, essentially.
Here's one thing I feel like for sure that Oda could do. I feel like he will expand the Neurona family. How? I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's one thing I know for sure.
See, but I really, really, really like that point. I don't even disagree with it. I do love it because I could see a world where that family's fleshed out, and it adds to the emphasis. It gives emphasis to Emu, how important he really is in the grand scheme of things. Why he is the way he is, his persona, yada yada yada. But then it is a little touchy because Emu's supposed to be hyper secretive. Once we introduce a whole family tree, it starts to muddy the waters in terms of keeping him secret. But someone could say,
what if these are previous family members that he genocided? Though.
Yeah, so that's the thing.
Yeah,
People might say that, you know, I'm sorry, Vincent, I'll pass this to you in a moment. People could say, well, the Gorse and the Holy Knights, they already know who Emu is, so why can't we have family members, huh? But there's also this idea, like what Smokey just said, maybe he genocided his family. A lot of people believe that Emu is a Lunarian, but wait a second. The top of Marijoa, the kingdom of the gods, was filled with Lunarians, which was wiped out for the celestial dragons. If Emu is Lunarian, did he genocide his own Lunarian family? Because then it would make sense that he then therefore genocided Neuronas. If he is a Lunarian, it would probably necessitate that the Neuronas are Lunarians. And if he genocided the Lunarians, then he necessarily genocided Neuronas, if you follow. But I'll pass
And
the mic to Vincent. I'll let him go.
all I have to say about that is somehow we found our way back to Itachi Uchiha.
Oh, here we go. I thought he was gonna go for the all roads lead to Obito, but we got you.
I mean that too, but regardless of that, I think it was just about with Mihawk.
I also wouldn't mind if Oda explored Emu in this way. Emu, like, for example, like Eddie said, Emu is the Lunarian. He genocided the Lunarians. What if at that point, or at some point, a Nerona came and indoctrinated him into the Nerona family? Like, what if he was like a pickup?
What if Joy Boy is from the Nerona family and he adopted Emu, making him a illegitimate son?
That's actually an insane twist, because you look at the kind of archetype of the celestial dragon. Arrogant, I got the bloodline, I got the race, I'm in the family, you're not, right? This is supposed to be a like the archetype of Emu, really, right? They're all supposed to be pointing to Emu, right? How ironic would it be if Emu was an illegitimate celestial, an illegitimate royal bloodline member to begin with? So you raise a very fascinating theory. How ironic is it that the dude who's running this this clandestine, racist, ethnocentric society, he himself wasn't even of the true blood, and he actually was just adopted into it. How ironic.
Emu poser.
You know what I'm saying?
Poser.
A false king.
A false king.
False king. Yeah, he's already a false god, we could presume, right?
Yeah. And if Mihawk is the son of Emu, maybe he's the earth god because he's able to split the earth in two with his sword.
Okay. I love it. I love it. Don't you love that, Smokey?
When he's not busy polishing off buggies, of course.
There we go. He brought it back.
You had us in the first half, dude.
He brought it back.
How are you? Wait, he just gassed Mihawk and slandered him at the same time.
That's how he dual wields, man.
He is a dual wielder. He pulls out the dagger for Shanks, and he pulls out Yoru for future Zoro.
Oh, god damn it. Here we go.
Okay, anyways, Gunko being the mother of Mihawk, that would be nuts. But, I feel as of the last 15 chapters, there has been a subtle spotlight on Mihawk that I can't help but pay attention to.
Even as a Mihawk hater, I gotta admit there's truth to that.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like there's something there. You can only ignore something for so long, because we've all heard the theories of Mihawk being Emu's son for like years now. I'm sure you guys have heard that, but as of recent, I don't know. It's starting to dig its roots in me.
And if you really think about it, I know it's probably like too tinfoil for you, but if you think about it, the cross dagger that he has on his neck, it could be mistaken for crucifix upside down. Like he has a crucifix on his back.
In general.
Yeah, like the man's literally walking around with a crucifix on his back.
Mm-hmm. And we recently saw Mjosgard in the Holy Land. He was crucified.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Damn it, darling.
Life Bear, you see a lot of design similarities between Emu and Mihawk. You see now these similarities in the introduction of of Candle and Mihawk. What is the list? There's this dude on Discord that's been posting stuff. One Piece Police on Discord. He's been posting all types of things.
But if Mihawk is a member of the Melmare family, does that mean we're probably going to get Mihawk versus Brook eventually down the road?
Mihawk versus Brook would be interesting, but hold on, that just you just put a great idea in my head. So if Emu was the hold on, let me jot this down for us right here. I'll try to be quick. Let's say it is true that Gunko and Emu had a baby, right? Oh, come on. Hold on, sorry. Because you actually raise a great point. So again, let's say it is the case that Gunko and Emu had a child named Mihawk. Let's just, for sake of the theory, call Gunko man mayor, whether she's a true man mayor or not. That's neither here nor there. Just for the sake of the theory, let's address her as man mayor. That way we could see the conclusion that I want to illustrate. So let's say man mayor.
Are we going
Gunko,
back to the whiteboard? Is that what we're doing?
going back to the whiteboard.
Okay.
Oh shoot, I forgot to. Hold on, chat. Check this out. This is brought to you by Young Vincent because I actually didn't even consider this. This is going to be very interesting. Hear me? You can't hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so
Can you hear Eddie?
he can't hear me. You got to reconnect. You guys can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I hear you,
Yeah,
but
I can hear Smokey, but I can't hear Threefold.
yeah, Vincent got to reload. Do you mind letting him know to reload?
Hey, Vincent, try refreshing and coming back in here. Eddie says he
Alright.
can't hear you.
Okay, thank you, Smokey. So here's my point, though, right? Let's say indeed Gunko and Emu, they got together and they had a child named Mihawk. The interesting thing here is that let's add Vincent. The interesting thing here is that welcome back. Emu is a secret figure of the One Piece world, okay? But wait a second. Gunko, she's more of like a public figure. So wouldn't it make more sense for Mihawk to adopt Gunko's name in order to keep the secrecy of Emu intact, therefore labeling him as Man Mayor Mihawk? And
I don't think it'd be the first time that there's been a man take
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And this would be very similar to reoccurring things we see in One Piece. For an example, Ace. Ace took the name of Portgas the Ace, to prevent the knowledge of a relationship between himself and his father, Goldie Roger. So
also, he favored his
ironic would it be for Mihawk to be the same case?
He also did it because he loved his mom. Let me just throw that in there too.
Also because he loves his mom. So it does. You already have this idea occurring in One Piece, so it wouldn't be a new idea. Someone wouldn't be able to say, "Oh well, Smokey Vincent, why would it be Man Mayor Mihawk? He took the name of his mom. That's never happened before." No, it has happened before, actually. Another thing, what did we recently just see with Zebek and Blackbeard? Oh well, wait a second. Marshall D. Teach, no, Davey D. Teach. Rox D. Zebek, no, Davey D. Zebek. So we see again this reoccurring theme of people having false names, false identities, if you will. So it could be the case that Mihawk is another one of these people. He's known as Man Mayor Mihawk just to keep the secrecy of Emu intact, but in reality, he's Narona Emu.
Didn't Clover hide his name also?
Yeah, he hid the D in his name.
No, Clover as well. Great point. So, on one hand, colloquially, Man Mayor Mihawk got to keep Narona Emu a secret, but in reality, Narona Emu, they should be adopting the name of the father. That's traditionally how it goes.
Right.
And you know what? It could even be the case if Oda wants to blue ball, if he wants to stretch this out, Oda can even go down the path of do not establish Gunko and Emu's relationship. Do not establish that. Instead, establish Mihawk to Gunko. Establish that. and have a precedent of, oh, Mihawk is a son of Gunko. I wonder who the dad is. Man, Mayor Mihawk. I wonder who the dad is. Then eventually, boom, you have a moment where Gunko and Emu are confirmed to have that relationship, and it amplifies, oh, shoot, Narona Mihawk. I can see Oda doing something like that because Oda usually likes to give people piece by piece, breadcrumb your way all the way to the supermarket.
Yep.
What are your guys' thoughts? Or did we cook or did we burn the house down?
I think that I think it's a possibility at the end of the day.
But you don't think it's a high possibility if I'm listening to the tone of your voice.
Just because Oda has so many avenues he could do this.
My thought is just that if we're looking at that, then anything could be like a fake surname. Like, what if Monkey is a fake name? What if Luffy actually is the name of some other family?
Life Bear, I don't particularly like this argument. You said Oda is just redeeming Gunko with the flashback, typical good princess. She for sure is not a secret mother. I want to know what is your justification for you to say that she for sure is not a secret mother? That's a strong assertion. Now, let's say you're even right. Let's say maybe she's not a secret mother. She has nothing to do with Mihawk. Let's say you're right on that. What is your justification for that? Because it just seems like a random assertion that you're making. Oh, she's definitely not a secret mom. How do you know that? Maybe she's not. You could be totally right. But how do you know for sure? For sure is very strong language.
I mean, if it is Gunko, then it would explain how she survived the umbilical cord cut by Mihawk himself.
Oh my god.
He was born with a dagger. Prediction: within 2 chapters by 1186, we'll learn that Gunko and Emu were a couple after he lost her original personality. Or after she lost her original personality? Or he lost her personality. Like he took it away from her.
Well, you want to know what's going to be absolutely wild? If it does turn out that Emu and Gunko coupled up, they had Mihawk. Emu just literally almost killed his son's mother a couple chapters ago.
And does that mean that Mihawk would technically be the Antichrist because Emu is the devil?
I understand where you're coming from on that, but I think it would be more of the role. You know, is Emu or is Mihawk trying to run the world? Is he trying to deceive the world?
I mean, yeah, I know, I see that, but I also kind of see it as like in the show Castlevania, the relationship between Dracula and Alucard, his son.
Ooh, I love Castlevania.
I'm not aware of that. I've heard of Castlevania. I know a little of it, but I don't know about that specific relationship.
So Mihawk is Alucard? Is that what you're saying, Vincent?
Yes.
But see, Alucard had a heart of gold, though.
Jordan says, I miss the days when people thought Mihawk was Shaki and Rayleigh's son. So that's open as well. That's totally possible. I'm not necessarily going to die on the hill for Narona Mihawk. I don't think, first of all, no theory is confirmed. That's why it's a theory. But
to retort to Smokey, if Mihawk is a holy knight, so does he.
Wait, if Mihawk is a holy knight, what?
You said that Alucard had a heart of gold, and I said so would he because the heart's technically made of steel.
Oh, you're right. Oh shoot, that's a great point. Wait, did Smokey mean that as like an idiom kind of thing? Like,
I meant it. I meant it like an idiom.
Dude, Vincent is really clever. Holy crap, Vincent, you should write like movies and shows.
You're too
That's
kind.
very clever. You just thought of that instantly. Shaki and Rayleigh became a couple 38 years ago. Mihawk is 43. Uh-oh. So did they have, you would have to argue, okay, well, what if they had a baby 5 years before they became a couple? And I mean, that isn't like the strongest position.
So
to
my thing is if I was trying to go down the Rayleigh and Shaki route, there is a discrepancy in Shaki's scars on her belly.
What do you mean by that?
Like Oda has drawn her with a scar on her belly and without a scar on her belly.
You know, this might be, maybe this is controversial, but I think a lot of times the scars and stuff like that.
Well, I was just indicating it. I was just indicating a scar due to pregnancy. That's what.
I understand that. I'm coming out with a controversial take. I think a lot of people will disagree with me, but I think like a lot of times when we see like a cut or like a scar on a character, I think like a lot of the time it's just like an arbitrary design choice. But I don't know. Maybe
let's never forget Shanks and Whitebeard's meeting. Oh, I see you now. My scar aches. And that led me to falsely put my stocks in on. I hate you, Godwin. I hate you, Godwin. You're so useless. You're so useless. How can you be related to my goat? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
Until 38 years ago. Until 38 years ago, Rayleigh didn't accept her proposal as he wanted Roger to have her. It was only 38 years ago that Roger asked Rayleigh to go after Shaki. Yeah, so this would be a huge, to steal Smokey's word, discrepancy for, what do you even call him? What would his surname be? We don't even know Rayleigh's surname.
But even if it is Rayleigh, but here's the thing: if it is Rayleigh and Shaki, and God Valley was 39 years ago, my bad, is Rayleigh and Shaki, yeah, and God Valley was 39 years ago. Mihawk was already like 4. So where was he at that time? Both his parents were at that.
Uh-oh. Yo, Vincent just brought a hammer to the theory. Oh no.
Well, you remember what I was saying the other day. Like, to me, it would be nice if Luffy and Mihawk are the only 2 males to come from Amazon Lily lineage.
Yeah. See, like, this is one of those things. Okay, Mihawk being the son of Rayleigh and Shaki, this is one of those things where a theory, it does seem very cool. There's a lot of cool things that you could point to. Oh, look, that would be foreshadowing. This would be connected. Like, but you know, just because it would be really cool doesn't necessarily make it ontologically true. You know, like Harry Potter, everything in it would be really cool. It all connects together. All the pieces click. Right? It's like a jigsaw puzzle. This character gave birth to this character. This character's grandpa of this one. But it's not a reflection of the real external world. So, like, when I think about Rayleigh being the father of Mihawk, you know, Mihawk, son of Rayleigh and Shaki, it makes me think of that. Like, yeah, there's a lot of things that'd be very cool because if that was true. But that's the thing. I think a lot of people, they have it reversed. A theory is not true because it's cool. It's cool because it's true. Like, it's cause and effect. We don't presuppose the theory to be true. Like, the reason it works, the reason it's successful, the reason it's cool is because it's true. But if it's not true, then it doesn't matter.
I'm going to create a drinking and a bong game. And every time I hear Threevil say presuppose, I'm going to take me a shot. And I'm going to take a rip. And let's see how lit VP can be by the end of the stream.
I presuppose you're higher extreme.
When I add every time he says Mihawk or Zoro or just glazes any character that he likes.
What do you mean glaze? Oh, my.
Thank you, Vincent. Thank you, Vincent. See, I don't actually hate Zoro. I don't actually hate Loki. But you fools make me hate Zoro. You fools make me hate Loki. The glaze is insane.
Dude, don't try to act like that.
No.
You hate Loki and Ragnar and Zoro of your own volition.
No, no,
People
no, no,
only
no,
hate Loki because of Ragnar being a living character.
no, 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 no. I am doing the same thing. Our good buddy Mexican Jack Black L, shout out Lazy Duck, the way he does with Sanji. It's because you glaze Zoro so much. It
Oh,
makes us want to fuck with you.
bro, when have I glazed Zoro? Genuinely.
Also, I just wanted to mention
What
this
if
one thing. I wanted to say this because he mentioned Nacho Libre, but I actually kind of think King Rovan kind of looks like a Jack Black role that he'd do.
So the live action casting's incoming. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
dude, Johan said, what if Rayleigh's son is Hawkins? That means Rayleigh failed his bloodline. Hawkins.
I agree. I
crappy.
agree.
Yeah.
No, I agree. That is a one failure of a bloodline right there.
Dude, imagine you have Father Rayleigh and then freaking son Hawkins. Oh my, that is the biggest bloodline fumble ever. Bloodline fumble.
What about
That's next
what about
to freaking
Whitebeard and
Ace, dude.
If
What
that
about
was
Whitebeard
true,
and
that would
Weevil?
starve generations.
What about
Dude, that's
Whitebeard and
worse than
Weevil?
Ace. Weevil?
Yeah, what about Whitebeard and Weevil?
Yo, I'll take Weevil, definitely not being biased, over Hawkins any day.
Say Eddie D. Weevil, Charlos, Morley, Jabra the Third. Let's
Exactly.
go.
Versus what? Ace, another failure in the bloodline. Dude, your dad is the pirate king, the only pirate king ever. And look what you did at Marineford. You led to the death of all your homies. All your friends died because of you.
You got your father
Your ego.
killed, Ace. The hell?
All because you wanted to open a Krispy Kreme shop and sell donuts.
Sell himself.
It is still crazy to me that Ace died to a daddy joke. Oh man.
King J said, now that Vivi, Mihawk, Shanks, and Shanks are celestial dragons. Wait, Vivi? I mean, I could imagine the argument there, but we need to respect Blackbeard for being the only current Yonko without any celestial dragon crewmates. Luffy has Vivi and Bonnie.
Technically, Vivi is a celestial dragon, even though she turned her back. Even though she turned her back on the name, and they left Marie Joie.
I mean, I want to define celestial dragon because, I mean, technically speaking, I think the Nefertaris, like,
She's one of the OG 20 founding families, though.
Yeah, but she didn't live in Marijoa, so is she still counted amongst?
We could say that she's a celestial western dragon compared to the celestial eastern dragons.
By the way, guys, we're probably gonna wrap up here in a little bit. 2.5 hours, pretty good length so far.
I'm gonna have to come back in. I can't hear you.
Oh man. Chat, we're gonna wrap up here very soon. So if you guys have any comments, questions, theories, concerns, anyone in the chat, if you want to come ask something or talk or whatever, now's your chance. Do it before the stream ends, of course. Do all that YouTube stuff if you can, guys. Like, subscribe, noti bell, stream elements at the top of the chat. Help the channel grow. Help me take care of my family. I would appreciate it. But yeah, any last thoughts? Let's make it known, guys. So yeah, going back to the Mihawk stuff, I mean, Nerona Mihawk, just even the name just has aura. Even the name's aura.
Maybe it's
Mayor Mihawk. That's almost like a tongue twister. Man, Mayor Mihawk. Man, Mayor Mihawk.
Hold on, just put a U next to the in between the A and M, and you got Nerona Muihawk. Muihawk.
Yo, Vince, go home. You're drunk.
I'm not drunk. I'm high.
Big difference.
Nerona Muhawk.
I meant to say Umi because that's
Umi.
Yeah.
Oh, Mooney. Where's Mooney?
A Mooney Hawk.
Dracula Mihawk is much better. Are we taking Dracula to be a actual surname? I need to know that. Can
It's
anyone
not his
confirm?
I mean, it would be interesting to have a whole celestial dragon named by the name of Dracula. And
So
actually the
since-
character decides from that.
Since we're talking about Mihawk, didn't Oda intimate like something happened to Mihawk that made him
What?
completely distrustful of everything, and that's why he became the Marine Hunter?
Wait, hold on. Off topic. I apologize. I'm on Mihawk's wiki page, and at the info box towards the top right, it says Diego Mihawk.
Diego?
Huh?
Bro, he's
Why?
Dora's
This
cousin.
is Diego Mihawk. Odex.
Don't
Dora.
remember
The live,
cousin
Do,
Diego?
Dora. Dora.
the live action got it way off then.
the Explorer. Why is it Diego Mihawk Odex? What is Odex? What is that?
Then all of a sudden Zorro from the freaking movies.
Dracula. Bro, even Dracula has Aura as a name. Yeah, I'm not entirely sold that Dracula is a surname, but I understand why you would believe that.
I mean, it'd be cool if it was a surname. I mean, I could see Mihawk's whole family now. We have Dracula, Vlad, Dracula, Pendragon, and
You mean Vlad the Impaler?
Yeah.
Dracula the Impaler.
Dracula. Dracula. Mihawk represents power and wealth, crocodile, fame, buggy, power, dynamic of crossskill.
or you could even have
I mean, Crocodile's
Mihawk
pretty
can have-
wealthy. He's the one that Buggy got the money from.
yeah.
Nefertari, one of the founding families. Hesperia is inspired by the Hesperids. So the Golden Apple and the Trojan War Hesperia is the Beauty and the Beast Fantasia of 1940. Wait, how the hell did you tie the Trojan War to Beauty and the Beast?
Yo, and we're talking about the Golden Apple, and you just skipped over Eris, the god of the discord. What we doing?
Wait, Eris? That sounds familiar. Eris?
That's also Blackbeard's mom's name.
Yeah.
Yo, mama. Muzza with the $5.99. Thank you so much, brother. God bless your soul. For how much money would you stop reading One Piece and it's guaranteed you wouldn't get to know any new info on the story, including the ending? Oh, dude. It would have to be so much that it wouldn't even be worth the universe to send me. You can't put a price tag.
Let me go ahead and put a starting price point on this. 500 million. That is my starting point.
500 million.
Seems too low.
I said it was my starting point.
Would you never read One Piece ever again and never know what happens and never know the ending or anything for $500 million? Yeah? Dawn of Ascension said yes.
500 million? You would say
That's generational wealth, brother.
yeah.
That'll change your life.
Yo, F my kids. No, I'm joking. I'm just kidding. Nah, bro. I guess my kids are getting a job. Bro, nah, fam.
They took your jabs.
You're not, dude. 500's not enough, bro. Exactly. Yo, I don't want the money. Dude, the number would have to be so high, it wouldn't even be worth it for the genie in the bottle doing it.
The starting point. That is the starting
Starting
point.
point.
We got room to negotiate.
Maybe one Billy. 1 Billy.
I want to be a billionaire so bad.
Kendall. Come on, give me a real answer. Money changes lives. Family over One Piece. Hey, speak for yourself. I'm putting One Piece over family.
Damn, Don. He just dissed you like that.
I mean, One Piece is family.
He'll name his first child Trafalgar.
Wait.
Nah, I'm naming him Dracula.
One Piece's family. All right. One Piece's family. Vin Diesel live action confirmed. It's all about the family.
Yo, I just made Smokey blue screen for a second. I'm sorry. That was so funny. I was laughing too hard. I missed what you said.
You said
It doesn't
Vin Diesel.
matter. It doesn't matter. I'm blue.
How about this?
Right now.
I would
There's an
give
error
up the
page.
live action. I would give up the live action. I would terminate it if that meant no more breaks in the One Piece manga. I'll take it in a heartbeat.
I would too. I would, brother. You would have to keep me from jumping on that deal.
Imagine One Piece chapter every single break, no weeks ever for the end of time until One Piece ends. But you got to get rid of the live action.
By the way,
I'll
guys,
take it.
I actually like the live action. I'm saying this as somebody who likes it, but I would definitely sacrifice it for the manga.
I would sacrifice the live action for more manga chapters and more episodes per season of One Piece. So that way we can have more to read along as we watch along.
Damn, Vincent's cooking. Why are you cooking so much?
Now I'm really thinking about that question. I might actually, like, in all seriousness, I would probably do it maybe for $1 million. Like, if it really came down to it and someone's like, look, $1 million cleared, I might actually consider that. Would you kiss the wall for no more breaks? Oh my gosh. Bro, you guys will catch me on the next flight to Tel Aviv if I was presented that. Bro, you guys are gonna catch me freaking kippa and all on my head.
Wait. Hava, Nagila, Hava, Nagila, Hava, Nagila, da, 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 da.
I spend quality time with my girl watching the One Piece live action, so I would probably pass on that. Plus, they need those breaks. All right, fair enough. We need.
Wait. If you got your girl into the live action, brother, get her into the anime. Get her into the manga. You got to complete the journey.
Get her to watch the One Piece. The One Piece is way faster. It's way better than freaking. Luffy throws a punch and there's like smoke everywhere for like 10 minutes. It's like, oh, Zoro's reaction, Nami, freaking Fishman. Like,
by the way, your boy is already been debuted in the anime. I think it's time you came back, Eddie.
He did what now?
I said your boy was recently introduced in the anime. Ain't it about time you come back? I know you want to see the squirrel.
Oh, they got Ragnar in the anime?
Not yet, but they got Loki.
Oh, Loki. Hey, I'm here for Loki.
And they just got
so he
Shamrock
actually
in
has
there,
the
too.
purple. Vincent, does he actually have the purple hair?
Yes.
Bro.
What's wrong with it?
It looks good, dude. It
It's
looks
just
like
like-
Trunks. It looks like Trunks back in the
It's a
day.
nice,
DBZ.
it's a nice shade of purple.
It feels like some like goofy color choice Oda chose, Whatever. I'm sure Loki has some great aura in that.
I'm just hyped for the Shamrock debut coming up now. I'm looking forward to hearing Seto Kaiba's voice again.
So what's happening in the anime with
Loki,
Loki? It's just now his face for the first time. He's talking for the first time. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, my bad.
No problem.
You good. But yeah, we just got into like where we were in like chapter 1130, and like we're now in like chapter 1132 now in the anime.
Okay, so that's exactly where we are. Okay, got it.
I think that's where we are.
Yeah, we're definitely close. We're getting closer to the mural. I'll say that much.
And closer to Shamrock.
Oh,
Yes.
she's all caught up in the anime, Stan says. She
Oh, okay.
refuses to read the manga. Would you, okay, this will be the last question, and then I think we'll wrap it up here. Almost 3 hours, pretty good length. Would you still read One Piece if it turns out Oda is a big time EDP and somehow he doesn't get arrested?
Whoa, shit.
I think separating
that
the
is
art,
a tough question to answer.
separating the art from the artist is a very difficult dilemma, you know. I kind of understand both sides of it, but
I'll be honest. I can't listen.
I
to
wouldn't
R.
be
Kelly.
happy.
I can't always separate that. I would have an issue with it, but like I don't know exactly what I would do.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like in my heart of hearts, I can't always separate the art from the artist, because especially like in certain mediums, the artist is going to express themselves in certain ways or in more ways than in other mediums. So with something like manga and anime, you know, it would be bad, because then you would see all these moments of how he draws Bonnie and now how he has Gunko drawn and how they act. You would look at all these moments, right? And then you would think about how he is in this situation and EDP. And it's kind of like, whoa, this guy's pushing this agenda on you right in front of your face. Like, you see what I'm trying to say?
Well, I mean, if in my opinion, if that is like that case, then that'd be accurate to us calling him Emu earlier, because he's the king of the Celestial, so therefore head of Epstein Island and whatnot.
Oh gosh. Because you know, like someone could let's say someone was like a serial killer or something, right? But what they do as an artist, they just make songs about pizzas and rainbows. It's like you could look at the song about pizza and rainbow and it has nothing to do with the artist that's like going around slaying everyone, right? Like a serial killer. But if the music is not about pizza and rainbows and it's about like it's an overt display of violence and sex and stuff like that, then you're going to kind of look at the art differently when you consider that artist being a serial killer. You know, so like with One Piece, if it turns out that Oda was like a full-blown EDP, if Oda was like a full-blown PDF, you would have a lot of things to point at even in the SBS volumes where it's like, yo, this looks terrible now that you know who Oda really is.
What about Jinbei's dick being blue?
Where did that come from?
I just heard SBS.
Separating it is easy until it hits home. Yeah. All right, listen, we're wrapping it here. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Vincent. Go ahead.
Hang on, I'm trying to remember where I was.
Too high.
You were talking about. What were you talking about just a second ago?
Separating the art from the artist.
Oh yeah. It's like when you watch the show Dexter. It's like he's a serial killer, but he's also a forensic scientist that works for the police, and this goes on for like years. And there's moments where he's almost caught, but they can't separate. But they can't separate him from but they did separate him from that because they can't see him as a killer because it's helped him out so much.
Yeah, he's good at.
Wow, that's actually interesting.
He's good at playing his role. That's why they have a hard time getting him, is because he looks so unsuspecting.
Exactly. So if the person is that unsuspecting, then they could be unknown to whatever.
How would they be capable of doing that?
Well, I mean, Oda's done a very good job of hiding himself for years. So if he,
I don't know, has he done good at hiding himself? I mean, there's. I don't know, bro. They might investigate him because of the manga. They might bust his door down. Check this hard drive.
That's why he's probably got all the chapters written down in advance, so that way when he does go to jail, the story will still continue.
Oda has like a kill switch.
Here's what I'll say about Oda. He is definitely questionable. That's pretty much what I got from that. He's questionable.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up here, everybody. Have a wonderful, amazing morning, day, or night, wherever you guys are. Take care, everybody. We will have a stream during this break week. Okay, guys, there is a break week, but we'll have a stream. Okay. Have a great time, everybody. Hope everyone is safe, happy, and healthy. Read some books, learn some things, practice what it is you love, grow and ponder God. That is the way. Christ is the way, truth, and life. Take care, everybody. Peace out.